A Teton County judge says religious overtones in a video by an anti-abortion faction in the legislature is relevant in a lawsuit attempting to overturn the state's abortion bans. Rescue efforts are underway for a missing hiker in the Wind River Mountains, and a charitable organization helps disabled veterans live out their dreams of hunting in Wyoming. Bringing you these stories and more from Wyoming's largest news organization, I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. A Teton County judge has ruled that religious themes in some Wyoming legislators' policy discussions are relevant to a pro-choice lawsuit attempting to overturn the state's abortion bans. District Court Judge Melissa Owens said a video of the Wyoming Freedom Caucus mentioning a need to pray and thanking the Lord for divine intervention is relevant to the lawsuit filed by a pro-abortion coalition. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland has been following the story.
She's not confirming or denying that the bans are religious edicts. She was making a pronouncement that the video featuring Freedom Caucus members talking policy with a religious flavor is relevant in the case, and the state should address the plaintiff's claims surrounding that video.
The plaintiffs claim the abortion bans, which were passed by the Wyoming legislature but not yet enacted, violate the Establishment Clause of the Wyoming Constitution by forcing a Christian policy onto non-Christians. A search and rescue effort is underway for a 64-year-old hiker who's been missing in the Wind River Mountains north of Pinedale nearly a week ago. Tip Top Search and Rescue in Sublette County is searching trails in the area for John Deepholtz, who is believed to have taken his tent and hiking gear to the Elkhart Trailhead and was expected to be out of the mountains by August 16th. His family hasn't seen or heard from him since and reported him missing on Monday. Although search efforts had been launched immediately following the report, searchers have been hampered by the weather. And the Biden administration has long promised that as it moves to shut down coal plants and restrict oil and gas drilling on public lands, workers in coal and petroleum industries would find new careers in the green economy. But it doesn't appear that's happening, according to energy reporter Kevin Kelo.
A new study by the National Bureau of Economic Research finds that only about 1% of those who leave so-called dirty jobs end up in green jobs. Basically, coal miners are not becoming wind technicians. That's not happening. What they're finding is most people in high carbon jobs are actually moving just to other high carbon jobs.
In Wyoming, there's been a large drop in employees working in petroleum and coal mining. However, the graduates coming out of trades are finding a quick route to employment. WyoTech had a career fair last week that had more than 100 companies from all over the U.S. I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, 5 years after breaking up with her boyfriend, a Gillette woman is accused of breaking into his home, stealing electronics and credit cards, and piling up about $9,000 in fraudulent charges. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland reports that 48-year-old Amber Ray faces up to 30 years in prison if convicted.
When it came to a head, the ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend allegedly spotted Ray in the house moving along the bedroom wall with a flashlight and said, "Hey, Ray," if it's proven to be her, snapped off the flashlight and fled. But at that point, the couple called police to their home and gave an inventory of everything that was missing.
Ray is scheduled to give her plea in Campbell County District Court on Wednesday. And Michael Frederick is a disabled veteran from Minnesota who can't wait for October to arrive. Frederick told Cowboy State Daily's Mark Hines that's when he gets to come to Wyoming to hunt elk because someone donated a tag to a veteran-led charitable organization that provides such opportunities to vets around the country.
So I talked to him, and then I talked to the guy who leads the charitable organization, who is himself also a veteran. So it's just a really cool, heartwarming story, veterans helping veterans. And maybe as Americans these days, we can all agree that we need to do right by our veterans. And so I think this is one way of doing that.
Frederick, who's about to turn 40, served with an Army National Guard unit in Iraq and Kuwait and is designated 100% disabled by the Veterans Administration. And that's today's news. You can read about all of these stories and more on CowboyStateDaily.com, offering the best and most complete news coverage in Wyoming. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.